my gosh, I was in such a good mood, and then I started reading comments, and now I'm not in a good mood. I feel like it's the first time that hate's like actually getting to me, and it's just because it's like such an overwhelming amount of hate. Like there's just so much coming in.
There were over 200 comments, and I'm not kidding, I did not see one nice one. It is so toxic. It's such toxic behavior. Be normal and talk shit about me behind my back to your friends. Like, don't leave nasty comments calling me names. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
such a huge platform. It comes with all these benefits, it creates opportunities, it can open doors for you, but it also has some dark corners and toxic behavior that I feel are worth exploring because it affects us as creators, and everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly, can help us when it comes down to growing our channels. Take the comments section, for instance. It's a great place to connect with your audience, build a community, network with others, but it's also the perfect breeding ground for internet trolls. People that feel entitled to tell you everything that is wrong with you and your content as if you've somehow forced them to consume it. I decided to ask some internet trolls in order to get some answers about their toxic behavior and the reasoning behind their trolling, and I actually got some responses. I'm also going to tell you about Faline San, a 15-year-old who single-handedly took down a group of internet trolls that was trying to bring her down using nothing but her wit, to the point that they had to turn to 4chan for help in trolling her, but we'll get to that in a little bit. So if the internet trolls have crawled out of their caves or their mom's basement and somehow followed the troll signal all the way to your comment sections, and you haven't known the reason why or how to handle it, then consider giving this video a like so that it can reach more people and we can shed some light on this dark spot of YouTube. I want to begin by defining what an internet troll is, because not every negative comment that you receive on YouTube is someone trolling you. For that, I went to a highly trusted source, Urban Dictionary. Their definition of an internet troll is a person who posts remarks or comments onto internet forums or message boards in an attempt to get someone to comment negatively to it and to redirect attention onto himself. Usually these remarks are controversial, stupid, off-topic, inflaming, illogical, or childish. Since internet trolls are attention whores, this is exactly what they want, since they probably don't get enough attention in real life and need someone else to acknowledge their self-worth and existence. Nowadays, they are commonly found infesting internet forums and websites such as game FAQs, message boards, YouTube, most notably in the comment sections, movie codec, RPG codecs, and many others. It is best to ignore them unless you want flame wars to engulf the forum. When I think of an internet troll, this is what I see. And you're not going to convince me otherwise, because it's very easy to use the anonymity of the internet and to hide behind a screen in order to bully, harass, or mess with someone else. I would respect you more if you had the cojones to come at me with your real face and your name. But then if they did that, it would be harder for them to distance themselves from that persona, and they wouldn't be able to trick themselves into thinking that, you know, they're a good person and there's nothing wrong with them. A study at the University of Manitoba in Canada actually found that people who troll others online have narcissistic, Machiavellian, psychopathic, and sadistic personality traits. Trolling enjoyment was strongly associated with a sadistic personality. Basically, the study showed that people that write nasty comments on the internet do so because they enjoy harming others or making them feel bad about themselves. As if that wasn't messed up enough, the paper goes on to say that the study actually shows some interesting implications. Since a sadistic person is generally characterized by being vicious or degrading, sometimes physically, to others, it's possible that the internet allows them to redirect that energy. If they are inflicting harm through anonymous words, perhaps it is preventing them from doing something a lot more destructive in person. I don't know about you, but when I first read that, the first thing that came to my mind is that's eerily familiar to serial killer behavior. I mean, let's face it, we would love to think of internet trolls as losers living in their mother's basement, just typing away at their computers. But a lot of times it can be your regular neighbor Joe, much like serial killers who oftentimes are highly regarded members of society. And then we find out that in their childhood, they were harming animals to try to redirect that energy or curve that impulse that was brewing inside them to harm other human beings. Granted, that is on the extreme side, but I do think that it is true for the most offensive level of internet trolling, because internet trolling does come at many different levels. You have your low-level internet trolls, which are basically just a nuisance. They're just trying to create chaos, draw attention onto themselves. You have the people that just don't like you, people that hate you, people that feel that you have wronged them in some sort of way. You have people that are just blunt. So for example, someone that comes over to my channel and leaves a comment saying that the video is terrible because the audio keeps cutting in and out, even if they say it in a way where I perceive it to be rude, it doesn't mean that they are trolling. There is actually some constructive criticism in there. You have trolls that project all of their insecurities onto you, and you just happen to be the closest victim that they can lash out to. You have your career trolls, which are actually a little bit different, because career trolls, I find, oftentimes do want to use their face and their name, since their main objective is to gain notoriety from their trolling. And then you have the really racist, discriminatory, prejudiced, sadistic trolls at like the top level. So I really just wanted to know why troll online and why target people you don't know. But I wanted to hear these answers from people that are actually doing trolling. So I asked Reddit, and this is what they said. Well, at the surface, because it's fun to see people get mad at a few pixels, but deeper, because I was having my own issues with not living up to my potential. The candidate didn't matter, just whoever wasn't a friend. To which I followed up with, does them being a stranger make it easier to troll them? And they said, yup, because you can just say random insulting and graphic things and won't feel bad for the average person. But for me, I felt horrible as soon as I got offline, and I eventually started apologizing after, and now I got myself together and I stopped that nonsense. We have another one here who said, when people are being arrogant or willfully stupid, it makes me want to F with them and waste their time. It's usually as easy as asking them to explain their opinion. I do it to be funny, to lighten the mood in a way where I know other people will laugh. I would never troll someone just to be a WTF. I was actually kind of surprised at the response that I received on Reddit, and maybe because it is a small sample, I didn't get the worst of the worst. If you are someone that is very sensitive and you start getting these types of comments in your YouTube videos, sometimes, you know, they can bring you down. And I think especially when your channel grows a lot, or you have a video go viral and the hate just sort of seems to come in waves, then it can start taking a toll on your mental health, which is why I think it's important to know how to handle these comments. I don't get a lot of troll comments on my videos yet. I mean, I have one person trying to troll, but I actually just find it funny because that type of trolling just doesn't make sense to me. See, I completely understand that not everybody is going to like me or like my content. I don't like everybody, and I don't like every single piece of content that's uploaded to YouTube. But maybe I'm just wired differently, because when I don't like someone or their content, I don't put myself in the situation where I constantly have to see it. I'm not going to their channels. I'm not searching for their videos. I'm not clicking on them if they show up on my homepage. And I'm certainly not going to take time out of my day to let them know how much I don't like their content. I just don't have the time or effort to give to someone that I genuinely don't like, especially if they are content creators, because content creators trolling other content creators, I just don't get that. And I'm going to talk to those trolls right now, because maybe you don't understand how the algorithm works. So let's go over it one more time. The algorithm is not a person sitting there laughing at the nastiness that you are writing. It is a computer program that has been coded to pick up on signals. So if you're constantly on my videos, even if it is to say something negative, all you're doing is sending signals to the algorithm, letting the algorithm know that my content is somehow relevant to you. The algorithm doesn't care whether you click this one or you click this one. All it cares about is the fact that you interacted and engaged with that content. And when you do that frequently, you actually end up helping my channel, because the algorithm, what it'll then do is find other people on the platform that have similar preferences to you and share my channel to them because of the signals that you have sent. See, if you really wanted to hurt my channel, you would ignore my videos when they were placed on your homepage or when they popped up in search in order to bring the click-through rate down. That would send negative signals to the algorithm. Or if you did click on the video, you would click out of it really fast to kill the retention rate, also sending negative signals to the algorithm. But taking the time to write down a comment, yeah, that's not a negative signal that you're sending. However, if your trolling goal has nothing to do with my channel and all it is you getting off on the enjoyment of trying to make me feel bad about myself, then I hope that you're not holding your breath, because that's just not going to happen. The only way something that an internet troll says is going to affect you is if you have that insecurity inside of you already. When they voice it in the comment section, it brings it up to the surface, and that is the reason that it stings. But if you don't feel that way about yourself at all, then it's just whatever. But let's talk about Faline San for a little bit. Faline San is a YouTuber. I'm gonna go ahead and leave her channel linked down below. Faline started getting trolled on her Instagram. She tried to put her account on private to keep the trolls away and even block them, but one of the trolls went so far as to create another account in order to DM Faline. The trolling continued in the DMs, at which point Faline decided to turn the tables on them and begin trolling them right back. However, while the trolls resorted to insults, slurs, and discriminatory remarks, Faline used her wit to just flat out annoy them. She began asking her internet troll random questions, to which the troll responded unoriginally by just repeating the same racist slurs over and over again. So Faline decided to come back with this. You have to admit there's a little bit of an evil genius in there. The trolls then decided to try to dox Faline with information that she had already publicly shared on her channel. Then they accidentally let Faline into their Telegram group, where she was able to see all of their previous conversations and plans on how they were going to troll her and how they were going to try and dox her. Yeah, you might say that these are not the brightest trolls in the cave. When they saw how bad of a job at trolling they were doing, they decided to go over to 4chan and ask for help in trolling and doxing Faline in there. The people in the 4chan message board declined them, thank God, and instead turned around and said, maybe we should try to dox you guys instead. I'm gonna go ahead and leave a link to her video where she talked about her trolling experience down in the description, because it is her story. She has already told her, and if you want to go and watch it, I highly recommend it. I actually think Faline had the last laugh. That video has earned over 3 million views, and she is on her way to 500,000 subscribers. Trolling and hating on someone online is just not okay. Hate is not okay ever. And just because you create content for social media does not mean that you have to put up with people who would not have the balls to say the things that they say to you were they not hiding behind their anonymity or behind a computer screen. I personally have responded to every single troll comment that I have received. It has not been at that racist, prejudiced, offensive level. If I ever encounter that on my channel, I am not going to put up with it. I am not going to entertain it. They are simply going to be reported, blocked, and deleted. I was, however, curious to see how other content creators handle hate over on their channel. So I asked some of them on Reddit to share what they do when they receive hate over on their comment, and this is what they had to say. Hide from the channel. I don't even think twice about it. It's been proven that online discussion devolves rapidly as soon as trolling starts. Even from a single troll, I have no patience for it. They usually just get caught by the spam malicious content filter, lost in the deep deep dark depths of the held for review section, buried under piles of escort bots. This was one of my favorites. They said, I agree with them. What are they gonna do? This is cringe AF. You bet it is. I do want to read this one because it is someone that is a little bit more sensitive, and they said, it goes up and down. I'm very sensitive and thin-skinned. I'll admit it can ruin my day and make me question my self-esteem, but I also know that that's only me doing that to myself because of my own insecurity. So remember, it's only true if you already believe that deep inside of you. But I know what a troll's purpose and motivations are. I know they ain't got ish on me. Every cruel troll I've ever looked at has a channel with 0 subscribers or hundreds of videos, no views over years of uploading. I've got 160,000 subscribers. Why the hell wouldn't they lash out at some queer black woman having more than they likely ever will? Of course they will. I'm what society should be on, not supporting. So let's hop on over to YouTube, specifically the comment section, so that you can see the different actions that you can take with troll comments. And I'm just going to pick a random comment. This is not someone that is trolling on YouTube. This is just a way to show you how you can handle these comments if you are receiving them. We have this comment from the channel Self Love saying, that's awesome. So if you click on these 3 little circles here, you can either remove, report, or hide user from the channel. Now, when you hide user from the channel, the person can still view your videos. They can still comment on your videos. They will be able to see the comments that they are leaving, but nobody else is going to be able to see that comment. So essentially, they're just commenting into YouTube's very own little black hole. Eventually, you do develop thicker skin and you can mess with them right back, especially if they are being just low-level trolls that are just being obnoxious in your comment sections. At the end of the day, if they keep coming back, even if it is to hate, they're just providing engagement to your channel, and ultimately it might lead to your growth. You know what else is going to help you grow? This video right here. I will go ahead and see you over there. Bye.